Welcome to some conversations with me in a little bit longer form setting. I'll be honest, for years I've thought about, really diving into a YouTube channel. I've even played with it in the past. Podcasting was always in my heart and I really have that going well now and I have a system for it. And my personality, if you've followed any of my stuff or if you're new here, I just don't do well with the 30-second clips, 60 seconds. I feel like it really limits me. Even now, if I'm being really honest, I can feel this training in my brain that's like, hurry up, say the valuable thing, get to the point. But I want to start creating some conversation, knowing that it's probably not going to go as viral and there's not going to be as many likes and clicks and all that. But I would rather someone want to be here and kind of engage in a deep thought experiment, conversation, whatever it might be. And so I just want to say thank you for being here. One of the things I wanted to talk about today is really on my heart because I've lived it. I've been thinking about this for like a long time. I've kind of played with it on social media a little bit. I want to talk about childhood obesity and bad patterns. And as someone who was very obese as a child and sort of sold this lie that it's just the way our family is and it's genetics and you're just a big boy, and I could go through 40 different affirmations as to why I just thought that that was normal, when in reality the only thing that runs in our family is behavior that's passed down. It's clear as day. And one of the things that's been breaking my heart, honestly, is working with a lot of people who have struggles with their weight. Oftentimes, both parents in the household have a struggle with their weight. And let's say I'm working with one of them in a health and fitness journey, and they're trying really hard to, get through it. It's a very difficult thing to do, to take back your health. They'll say to me, I had a little slip up and I ended up eating a bunch of snacks from the cupboard. And I'm like, why are those snacks in there? And they're like, well, they're for the kids. Man, I'm going to say something right now, and I just stay with me. You got to watch this. If you're using your kids as an excuse for your poor behavior, we got to cut that out. Here's the real truth about it too. Think about this with me for a second. If you struggle with your weight, the very poisonous things, not literally, but the very poisonous things that we're putting into our body and we're having struggles with, we're literally giving to our kids. And then watching them watch us act out our behavior around that and copy it. We're literally condemning them to the same problem that someone is paying good hard-earned dollars with me to fix. We're passing down that curse willingly. And we're allowing ourselves to hide from the discomfort of that truth while subjecting the future generation to the same things we've struggled. Honestly, like when I'm speaking about this stuff and I think about myself, I'm like, I don't know how you can't find motivation in that. Like if that doesn't motivate you to go into the cupboard right now and throw everything in the garbage bin that is holding you back, at least temporarily, I don't know what will. And people will say like, well, that's what all their friends have. And so if all their friends are going to be obese, is that what you want for them? And also it's not the tool itself, it's how the tool is applied. That other kid might have those snacks, foods at home that we know are not good for us, but maybe their parents are the type of parents who can just take one little chocolate. My ex-wife is like this. It's crazy to me. She could just take one little chocolate and eat it, and that's good. Those kids aren't going to struggle. They could have a cupboard full of stuff. Those kids aren't going to struggle with obesity. The people like my dad, where he was never even doing it in front of me, but I could hear the wrappers being just absolutely vaporized at nighttime, and he would never eat dinner like at a normal time. It would always be like, oh, I'm too busy to eat. Meanwhile, he's 400 pounds telling me he barely eats. But I could see that he was eating. He just wasn't eating when it was like the normal time to be eating. And so I say all this to say, listen, I understand the struggle, but we can't use our kids as a scapegoat to give them the same curse that we're struggling with, using the same poisons that admittedly, like people are coming to me, paying me, and then saying, Dylan, I really struggle with these types of foods. Like, imagine an alcoholic saying, I really struggle with hard liquor and alcohol in general, but I have it in the house for the kids. We just would never do that because we wouldn't. It's snuck in our worlds as this thing that's culturally accepted. But I'll tell you what, if you're following culture a lot of the times, you're going in the wrong direction. And trust me, mark my words, this is going to be one of those subjects. I know it's a touchy subject. Try not to shoot the messenger. And I'm the first person who's going to want to step up and help you. And so if you have questions or ways of dealing with this that are actually pragmatic that you're more curious about, shoot me a message, comment, and I would love to help you through it.